Hey everybody, just in time for spring, we are ready to make a bunny rabbit. And so we have worked before in a lot of our pictures thinking about how sometimes we want to draw the whole thing, like a portrait, or we want to just get up close for our picture. And so here, part of the idea was to get so up close that all I see is part of the bunny's body, and I see his head, and I see his ears, I see his whiskers. So you can decide whether you want to do your bunny up close or further away. So here, let's look at this shape. Remember we were talking about different shapes of things. So here, if you remember back, we did our penguin. We started with that rounder shape here and then here. So they're not the same size, top and bottom. This is a little bit smaller. And then I came out and made it wide down here. You don't need to do that. Here we go. Look at the ears. They're very different than our bear's ears, aren't they? They're longer or taller, and they're a little bit more on the top. So we want to think about it. You can look at pictures of those different animals when we draw them and see how is their shape and where are their ears placed, if that's an important feature. So here I did it with a little bit of more of what would you call it? I did a little bit more detail, but you could keep it really simple. Like if you wanted to keep it really simple and you made just an upside down U, now maybe you're only seeing his face. And then you are seeing his ears, oh so tall toward the top of his head. So here I did a little bit less of that roundness. But will it still look like a rabbit? I sure can make it look like a rabbit, because as long as I make sure everybody knows, here's his ears, here's his ears. So far, they're probably getting a good idea that it's my rabbit. Maybe I don't want to color all of it in. Maybe I want to show it like that. I'm thinking about his nose. He has that nose where we can see the top of it, and then it leads right into his mouth. There he is. And you could add any details you want to it, because I think the eyes are really clear that this is not a cat, not a dog, not a giraffe. And then I added that. And then we can color the background. So do they both look like rabbits? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They both look like rabbits because I gave the clue with the ears. What's another detail you could give with a rabbit? Let's say I wanted to make him sideways. Maybe I would make his head like this, his body like this, and his tail, this fluffy little thing at the end. I've got to remember his ears. I need to remember his ears. And then, maybe on a side view, like when we looked at our fish, I will only see one eye, because I'm seeing him from the side. He looks like he's sniffing right off the page. And you can draw a bunny any way you like. You could make his whole body. You could make part of his body. Maybe if I were making a whole bunny, maybe I would make more of his body. And maybe I would make his head here. And then I would think about his ears, right? There's his ears. I like to draw that inside because I think that's a pretty special feature. And I could add all of his, maybe this is a view from behind, so I could put his tail right here for everybody to see. Maybe he's sitting out on the grass. Maybe instead of two separate pieces, maybe almost like that pear when we were making fruit, right? I'm seeing him from behind, and maybe I see his bushy tail. I don't see his face because he has his back to me. Maybe he's sitting on a hill, looking out. There's the back of my bunny, but now I wouldn't see inside his ears, right? If I was seeing him from behind, because then his ears would be on backwards. So you can decide how it is you want to make your bunny. Just think about the special features. So I probably would include definitely the ears. That's a big giveaway. Definitely think about how I made his mouth here. It's a little different than I made it here, right? Here I didn't include it, but could I go back and include that? I sure could. I could give him that little section of his face like that. Yeah, that might help a little bit. Maybe I'd want to go in and give some cute little eyelashes. And so many other details I could add. Maybe I want to see almost like his body's in the background there. You can make your rabbit any way you want. Make it the star of your picture. Maybe you want to give him a little carrot. Let's see if we give a carrot. How would we make a carrot? What shape? Oh, there we go. Kind of like a long, skinny triangle, like some of the beaks we've made. And maybe I'd want to make, oh, I don't know, maybe I'll make it like this. Like they plucked it fresh from the ground. And then I'll add little lines just to make sure people know that it's a carrot. Right? And I would think about the color. You could also make this come like this. Give it lots of little greenery. So many choices, guys. It's really up to you. It's your artwork. You decide which one you would like to do for making your rabbit. Definitely color.